Good morning, everybody. Michelle is here. I hope everybody's doing well. Today is February 9th on a Thursday. So, now I'm going to be introducing some concepts and some theories to you, right? As well, actually, that's all my videos, actually. But my effort is for us, more specifically, the people that have been adversely affected for generations after generations after generations by and my effort is also to help you regain might over your thoughts. You're going to have to regain some power over your thoughts because in my opinion, is in sound is what does the more effect and causes our thoughts to get out of control. Now, what does that mean? Now, I'm sure a lot of people have been turned off by certain words that have been coming out of my mouth, like fuck. I said that so many times, and I know some people, especially of a religious inclination. If you're into religion, you get worked up by a lot of words, but also certain. See, there. When I say that there are people that we are all on different consciousness levels. I may be kind of. I just want to make sure I'm giving out the right. It's being relatable to everyone. Okay, so I hope you hear me. I hope you feel me, and I hope you see me. I'm attempting to relate to everyone. So I may struggle a little to find the right combinations of words, and that is so. So let me start. There have been forces of you can call it evil, that has been in the works, lurking around for I guess thousands of years, where there's, like I said, there's always these little small groups of people. It's not, that they are a small group of people that really should not have so much significance and impact over millions and now billions of people, but they do. Okay, and it's always everything has always been about controlling people. Get control of those people. Get control of those people. Because if they recognize, okay, what they say, the reason they want to get control of these people is if these people recognize the might of their thoughts, the power of their thoughts, you will be free. And I guarantee it. Well, I probably shouldn't be saying that because I know how people like to manipulate. So I have to choose my words carefully. Okay, I have to choose my words carefully because we're already in this stage where we have artificial intelligence that is out of control. And I don't know if we can, during my lifetime anyway, I plan to be around for a while, but sometimes when the damage is done, and you have to kind of manage it. Okay, so and I think this is where it'll have to be. It'll be in a stage of managing it until you can eliminate it and get it out of you so it doesn't affect you as such. Okay. There have been those that have those who have been, whose main focus is to get control of these people. Get control of these people. If they know So in other words, they are so fearful that if these people that they keep wanting to get control of recognize who they are, game is over. Okay? So that's why I keep focusing on auditory types, which are usually intellectuals, the auditories, the ones that can pick up sound, and are masters of sound too. The musicians, the entertainers, the Black culture, especially, it comes from way back, from the what they call Black people, and Black people means a lot more than just in certain categories we are given. Okay, so as Black people, and other cultures, the thing that kept them together, which held them together, was sound. Understand me? And so I'm going to stick with Black people right now because, and I'm going to say this as well, it is so disrespectful for people who have never experienced being Black Americans or just Black people in general coming in and telling Black people how to live. Okay? That's because, I don't know, Black people do not do that towards Europeans, white Europeans or white race, or Latinos, or the Spanish race of people. The Spanish race people have their sound and language of how they communicate, and Black people do. I have no idea about the European culture because that would be disrespectful for me to say I know what's happening in the European culture. I do not. And I do not interfere in how they conduct their business either. I don't say, well, this and that. What I want from everyone is to show respect and promote peace and love and empathy for people. That's the message for me. Okay, so my efforts are to basically, that's why I say it's so important to know who you are and what you are and why you are. And you need to regain control over yourself, which is energy, basically. We're energy. We were supply energy from creational energy. That, like I said, human beings came with instructions already attached. And this is millions and millions and millions of years ago. Okay, there have been numerous messengers throughout the course of time, throughout the course of space and time, coming through to help us to understand that, how simple it is. That is our thoughts, which is energy. Energy. And so you're going to have to get control of the sound. And I hope that makes sense. And I'm going to do everything I can to help in that regard, where you're not affected by what you're picking up in sound. Because I know some people say, well, I can block out sound. And actually, you cannot block out sound. What you can do is neutralize it. You can neutralize sound. And that's where you can regain control and manage your behavior and not be affected by certain events. Okay? So it's basically mind control is what I'm going to just be very blunt. Some people, for nefarious reasons, have been able to, for nefarious purposes, affect sound. Okay? Because they know as Black people, we have a fantastic ability of sound. and how to manage and arrange sound. You know, and mostly from our voice, because remember our culture. That's how that's how we communicated. I think they used to call some of them hymns. It's and it comes from the sound. It comes from sound, and from sound, that's how you can communicate. Okay, so there have been efforts, successful efforts, not successful. Let's take that back. There have been a continued, ongoing attempts to rid our culture of that ability to communicate, because once we capture it back, we connect to one another in that way, and no one will be able to stop that. Ain't no stopping that. Okay. I know and like I said, we all have our own language. All of us, the indigenous people. That's why the indigenous people were able to be in touch with the energy of the earth. The Europeans, not the Europeans, the Egyptians. I just want to make that very clear. Okay, Egyptians, indigenous, and Black people, or Africans, if you want to include that. But I just want to stay with Black people, because, again, it would be disrespectful for me to be. I need to focus on Black Americans, because that is who I am. I'm a Black American. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, kind of put these in little parts of information, so that I don't overwhelm, and give you something to contemplate and meditate. It's sound. Sound is the answer for us. Okay, and that's why that's why we can keep within rhythm. Okay, and I know some people in the Black American culture that knows this, and you need to come forward and start teaching people this rhythm that from sound, and help people neutralize all the so-called demonic forces, whatever. I hate to say demonic, because this is not religious, and this is for entertainment purposes only. Okay, this is not anything religious. We're not going to incorporate anyone's religion, and we're not disrespecting it. This is not religious. This is not religious at all. Okay, these are just theories. And again, theories are provided to us so that we can have conversation about it and how to improve it, revise it, and then implement it to where it's in balance and in fairness to all. Okay? So, yes, you're going to have to be deprogrammed. And that's what happened. When I say the Jim Jones experience or experiment, that's all this. There have been that type of, I'll go ahead and say, negative force of people. It's always a small group of people, always wanting to control people and want to control everything. They know that we are, and when I say we, Black Americans, have a strong, dominant hold on sound and rhythm, energy. That's all it is. So I'm just gonna throw out some of the concepts on it, because I just know that there are people that know that in the Black American culture that are still alive and understand that. Maybe music teachers, music producers. It's the sound is what is the evil forces of the sound is what's blocking us from understanding who we are. what we are and how we are. Okay, so I'm gonna stop there, and I'll come back a little later. But please, it's important to get on to this right away, because, like I said, there's a particular word I don't want you guys to use again, if all possible, because some of these words are loaded with effects to control, effects to hypnotize, effects to manipulate. And it is important to understand that so that you can neutralize it and get on with what we need to do to help us to survive and cope with or deal with or whatever we need to do to save the planet. And more importantly, save as many people as we can within humanity as well on this planet. Okay? So I'm going to send peace and love out there, and just love each other and be gentle. And also, let me stop and me finish. Well, I'll come back and say something else too about how important it is that you have to start maintaining control and not being affected by what other sounds are coming at you. That's how they're controlling you. Okay? All right. Peace and love again.